was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up.
Now they'll run on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Stop your Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
Now Lance.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. And he is out of bounds up around the 14-yard line.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10.
And right side, they're going to go option here. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
On play action, now Garoppolo. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. That catch good for only a couple.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. Touchdown! Dylan Mitchell, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Play action. Now it's Lance. Gets this one to Juszczyk. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Breaks through the contact. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The fullback comes through with a big play there.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D Ford that time, getting the sack. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. To throw is Garoppolo. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Pete Werner in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A perfect example right there, Charles, of why they love this rookie runner.
And think about how the NFL and the college games are meshing together more and more. You don't have to go to the NFL and learn a new set of skills. What you did in college often makes you ready for the NFL.
And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 9 overall. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action, Garoppolo. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Hold on a second. Was that the quarterback? That was the quarterback. He says that the slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Taken down by Pete Werner.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Lance now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. He's at the 50. the 30. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Oh, good move. And he'll be out of bounds.
Well, for Alvin Kamara, that speed-size combo, just about exactly what you want for a running back, and he uses that size, that strength to bust through a would-be tackler there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand-new ball game.
Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. A final shot before half for Lance. Sliding out of the pocket. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And here's Kamara on the read option.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. to throw. Open man is born. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Jet sweep. Garoppolo taps it forward. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
On first down, Garoppolo. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Very short kick taken right at the 20.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point, but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Right back to him on first down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
To throw, it's Lance.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 33.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. They'll give to Kamara here on the option.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
This is 3rd down. Here we go.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. This is complete to Michael Thomas. Unable to corral him. He fights through. They find some open field here. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
And here's Kamara on the read option.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll give to Kamara here on the option.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And still just down 1 score. We'll see how big of a role that missed field goal plays because it, of course, could have pushed this to a 2-possession deficit for them.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
45 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
Now they go screen. It's complete. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On first down, Lance.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From just shy of midfield,
Lance.
Smith with a first down and more. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there for the Niners.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
Lance looking to throw it. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
On play action, Lance.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 15.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They get the crucial turnover just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received the...
There he goes right side. Past the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there out of Kamara.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So it's a rare 2-miss ball game for him now. Normally one of the more dependable guys you're going to find around.
Very unlike him. One of the better kickers in the NFL. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him physically or mechanically. He's just having one of those games.
Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Here's Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers.
Brandon Ayuk,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. And they've got the lead here in the fourth. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a one-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Garoppolo now, first down throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
To throw again on second down. Garoppolo looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I want my running back hit as I hand him.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And now off to the races down the right side.
Let's go, baby.
Well, my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
And he missed it. It's no good.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games, and now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for San Francisco, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Saints, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll try to rebound next.